been some recent credible leaks that have me so excited. Then there are some leaks that make me think, why, JJ? Why?
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Warning, I will be talking about spoilers and rumors in this video, and spoilers that have been pretty much confirmed, like 99% based on multiple sources, so if you don't want to be spoiled for episode 9, please don't watch this video. I hate surprises, I love spoilers, so for me, this is fantastic, but if that isn't your thing, again, please don't watch. So with that out of the way, let's talk about 5 things I absolutely hated or think just is so stupid from the recent plot leak for episode 9. And I'm actually going to count backwards, which is a rare thing. So number 5, and first really quick, some people are going to say that I'm a Rey hater. I'm not a Rey hater. I get accused of that a lot. I don't dislike her. I don't like her either. She's just kind of there. That being said, I am understandably aware that people are going to call me a Rey hater by the end of this video. Okay, so according to the leak in episode 9, Rey gets Leia's lightsaber, which I think is perfectly fine. I also think that's great that Leia built her own lightsaber and it gets passed down to Rey. I think that part is fine. What part I don't like is that at the end of the film, we see that she took Anakin's original lightsaber, which then became Luke's, which is now officially labeled as Rey's, and she breaks that down and breaks down Leia's lightsaber to create one lightsaber of her own with a gold blade. I think her building a lightsaber of her own is great, and her having a new lightsaber is also great, a unique design to her. I just kind of hate the idea of her getting both Luke and Leia's lightsaber and then combining them into one lightsaber and burying the rest of the components. That just hurts on some level. Why? Just have her build a completely new lightsaber. Let's move on to number 4. Darkrai, which we saw in the D23 teaser trailer, was actually just a Force vision brought on by Palpatine. Okay, I'll admit, I've wanted Darkseid Rey for a long time. She does have a tendency to have a temper, and she has thought about killing people before, and even Luke said, wow, you went right for the dark side. You didn't even try to resist it, girl. So her going to the dark side, I could see it. But I also understand that since she didn't go in episode 8, it's not gonna happen in episode 9. Lucasfilm and Disney just don't have the balls to do it. However, a second place theory or something I wanted was for Palpatine's essence to control or possess Rey and for her to go to the dark side for like 20 minutes as Darkseid Rey. That also would have been pretty awesome. But as it turns out, we get like one scene, probably less than 60 seconds of Dark Rey. Boo. So the most recent credible leak states, Rey uses information that leads her to Endor. There she goes to the wreckage of the Death Star 2. Eventually she goes into Palpatine's throne room, and when she touches an artifact, she sees herself entering the Emperor's chambers as a Sith. Kylo finds her through their Force bond and is able to stop the vision and break her free. I mean, I feel like everybody was saying that this was a Force vision, Rey really wasn't going to the dark side, and yeah, that is the easiest explanation and makes the most sense, but I wanted Darkseid Rey. Damn it. Let's move on to number 3. Kylo gets his ass beat again by Rey. Maybe I should have titled this video 5 things about Rey in the plot leak that I don't like. So during the scene we saw in the D23 teaser, Kylo and Rey are fighting. The leak says that this is on the wreckage of the Death Star 2 and they're fighting because Kylo admits that Rey's parents were no one, but her grandfather is Palpatine and important. Also that he wasn't lying because her parents did sell her to keep her safe from Palpy and they used the money for drinks before being murdered. This, I guess, just pisses off Rey and she ends up dueling Kylo. And she ends up tapping into her anger and once again kicks Kylo's ass and nearly kills him. She then leaves to go to Ahch-To to isolate herself for fear of herself, the dark side, and how she almost killed Kylo. Nothing against Rey, I just feel bad for Kylo at this point. How many times is Rey just gonna absolutely kick your ass? Kylo, are you ever gonna win a lightsaber battle? No? Okay. Number 2, that Palpatine wants to pass his new empire on to Kylo and Rey to rule together. I'm actually okay with the leak that Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter. I think that's absolutely amazing. I would have preferred her to be evil as well, but hell, her just being the granddaughter of Palpatine is fantastic. What I don't like is that Palpatine is found by Kylo ends up serving him, and Palpatine says, hey, turn Rey to the dark side, and then you two can rule the new empire together, and I'm gonna pass on to you all this tech, the mini Death Star tech on the Star Destroyers I've been building for 30 years since Return of the Jedi. He doesn't say Return of the Jedi, but you get what I'm saying. So Palpatine wants Kylo and Rey to use all his technology, his Star Destroyers, his Sith Troopers, to create a new empire and for them to rule together. Bullshit. I'm sorry, but this is not Palpatine. No way that guy hands everything over to the next generation and pieces out. Especially to the grandson of the guy that fucked up all his plans. Finally, number 1, Kylo actually dies in this film and there's no indication that he comes back. I know a lot of people are all about Bendemption, which is completely fine and expected, but he's really not going to come back to life. I figured the Force ghosts of Anakin, Luke, Yoda, Obi-Wan would be like, hey, we're gonna bring you back to life. We're gonna resurrect you. Skywalker line has been really fucked, so we want to give one Skywalker a win here. So according to the most recent rumors, Rey and Kylo end up taking on Palpatine together, and during the fight, Ben dies, and Rey has to finish the fight with the help of Force ghosts Leia and Luke. You can't ever win, can you, Kylo? Although, I guess seeing the Force ghosts of Anakin, Luke, Leia, and Ben all together would be a cute way to close out the saga. Oh, bonus, there are Ewoks in this final episode, which is fine, but we don't get to see them slaughter and eat anyone, so that's a bit disappointing. Alright, so those were 5 things that were very disappointing from the most recent Star Wars leaks for Episode 9. Let me know which part of the leak you found most disappointing, and which on this list you actually think is amazing, and I'm smoking crack.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.